Hi, I'm Michelle Sterling for Friends of Science Society. Recently, Ezra Levant was our guest speaker at the Climate Leadership Catastrophe event that we held in Calgary, and we had a chance to interview him beforehand. I asked him something very important. I asked him about the eco-justice call for inquiry against Friends of Science that they have launched with the Competition Bureau of Canada. I said to him, as you know, eco-justice filed a complaint against us, which, no surprise, included a number of the people involved in the LEAP manifesto. So you can't even have a contrary opinion these days because they want to drag you off to jail. Could you comment on that? And here's what he said.
I'm familiar with the eco-justice nuisance suits, not just with the Advertising Standards Council, but also with the Competition Bureau. They're junk lawsuits designed to demoralize, dispirit, waste time, waste money. There is a minuscule chance that they would succeed, this eco-justice suit. Likely not, but it's just about demonizing, and it's lawfare. It's using a lawsuit as a weapon.
So using lawfare as a weapon to silence people, is that really a fair and equitable part of a democratic discussion?
When you are silencing critics, that indicates the brittleness of your ideas. And again, it goes to, for example, your go along to get along. If you ask the average person, let alone the average journalist, about global warming, they'll just say, oh, 97% of scientists agree. And that's the level of their depth. If you say, well, agree on what, and what's your source, and all of a sudden that one-liner, that cliche, paper thin, that's gotten them through a dozen cocktail parties and 100 editorials is challenged, they panic because they actually haven't done their homework. And so it's a lot easier to say, shut up. Like the old joke, shut up, he explained.
These junk lawsuits are popping up all over the United States. And in fact, I was personally threatened after a debate that someone's going to put my name on the list of climate criminals to be prosecuted in the International Criminal Court of Justice. How far have we gone off the rails?
What's so curious to me is that eco-justice, for example, never sues the Saudis, never sues the Russians. Those are two of the largest oil producers in the world. Never goes after Iran, Nigeria, Venezuela, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait, UAE. Just never touches that. Never touches tankers off the East Coast. Never touches, it only goes after Canadian oil and gas. That's strange. I mean, I have no doubt that some of the people who work for eco-justice are true believers. Well, not so much so that they wouldn't use oil and gas and fossil fuels.
So what we need to do as Canadians is we need to speak up. We need to object to these foreign-funded lobbyists who are interfering in our economy and interfering in our environmental policies. And they're obviously picking on us. It's obviously some kind of trade war because they're not doing this anywhere else in the world. So you need to have the courage to stand up and say no. Say no to climate CO2 coercion. For Friends of Science, I'm Michelle Sterling.